Hey everybody, so today I am testing out this coolant temp sensor. It's a single wire style sensor, and this is the original style that goes in my 1994 BMW e36. It's got the M50 engine in it, and basically I replaced this guy. I've checked a lot of my fuses, and I've even done the gauge test, and my temp gauge is still not working. It doesn't even register at all. It stays below zero, below cold. This guy had open resistance, so it was in fact broken. The one I've replaced it with was good, but instead, for now, I'm just gonna wire in this gauge here. A buddy hooked me up with this sensor and this gauge, but I just wanted to show you guys how I'm testing it. So if we look at the back of the gauge, this is for the ground. You can see this, the S is for sensor, and then underneath this wire, you can't see it, it's got a little number 1, which is the power from the battery or the ignition switch, whatever you're gonna do. So I have my ground coming off the battery. It's split because in order to test it, you have to ground out the sensor. Normally the ground gets its sensor from the block. That's only on the single wire setup. So it'll ground out at the block. So I got the wire pinched in there. Then you have power off the top of that, the sensor, and it goes to the little prong that says S. And then your live wire from the battery, I have an inline fuse, and I have it clamped to our power here. And let me see if I can set this up so I can show you. First, if you look, it's below 100 degrees. If I attach it, the negative, it immediately goes up to its base point. I guess I would prefer if the gauge started at more like a 0 and wasn't just at 100 with 12 volts, but it's okay. I'm really more concerned about an overheat state than I am low temp. So, but here, this is what we're gonna do. Get this set up in focus, and then I'm gonna hold the lighter at the end, and you'll see the temperature increase. It might take a moment, but yeah, you can see it's already going up. And basically, I already done this, and I went all the way up to 250 and then let it come back down. And it came back down naturally. So I know that this sensor and this gauge works. I knew that the sensor worked previously because I checked the resistance on it, and it's about 60 degrees-ish out today, and the resistance was 1500. So I know that it's good. I had to kind of rig up an adapter. My buddy gave me an adapter for this because it's gonna be kind of hard to do with one hand here, but this is just a generic single wire coolant temp sensor, and I had to get this plumbing adapter, thread the inside all the way through. I had to tap it, and then I cut it down because you can see how much more, how much longer the stock one is than this one. What was happening was this was so long that there was only going to be that much of the sensor sticking out. So now it's more like there. I think that the coolant gallery in the engine fills with coolant, and it touches all the way all of the sensors, so I don't think I'm gonna have a problem with getting an accurate reading. But that's where we're at with this, and hopefully this will get this thing a little more daily drivable. It's good as is, but I don't want to drive it around without knowing temps. So I went on one little like 30-mile trip, pulled over multiple times, check engine temps. It was never overheating, but I just don't feel confident without knowing from a gauge. So thanks to our buddy John, we got that, and we'll have it all set up. But hopefully this helped someone out testing and trying to figure out how a single wire coolant temp sensor works. So they're pretty straightforward. Thanks again, and have a great day.